Warning, the following content may be considered offensive by some. However, your host would have you know that this is not the intent behind the expression of the opinions you are about to hear, and that these are the opinions of the individual and or individuals expressing them alone. Thank you. Enjoy listening. Hey, everybody. How's it going? What's going on with you guys? Welcome back to Insomnia Talx. So tonight, if you guys caught it on Twitter or anything, or on YouTube, I posted up another video kind of saying what tonight's subject was going to be about. But before that, I do want to apologize. I know it's been a little over a week now since I've gotten any content out to you guys, so sorry. It's been a rough week. Valentine's Day was shite. For a lot of people, I know it was. But we won't worry about that. That's not what tonight's show's about anyway. So I do want to apologize for it taking so long to get some more content out. But hey, hope you guys like that new little disclaimer in the beginning of the intro for everybody watching on YouTube, for everybody on Anchor or Spotify, or anybody just listening to the podcast on the different platforms and whatnot. Yeah, I did a disclaimer. I don't know why. Just felt like I should, I guess, just to kind of cover my own ass. But anyway, so tonight's subject, if you read the description or the title or anything, why I kind of think that when you get into the beginning of a relationship, why I think it should be like a kind of a business proposition, basically, or like when companies merge together, they come in, they sit down, they discuss what they want, from each other and what they expect the turnout to be, everything like that. And then if those things don't match up, then they don't merge. The companies don't come together. So I think that's similar to what the beginning of a relationship should be. You should be able to lay all your cards out on the table and just go, hey, look, I do want kids. Okay. You want kids too? Yeah. All right. Well, I want 2 kids. Okay. Well, I want 4 kids. Well, how about we meet in the middle, have 3 kids? Is that cool for you? Okay. That's cool for you. That's cool for me. We can do that. All right. Lay it all out there. Just be upfront. Be honest with each other. I know I've gone over this on the podcast before, but with Valentine's Day and everything going around like it's fun. Valentine's Day is a disease. It's a disease that must be wiped out. No. But with everything going on with Valentine's Day, and there's a lot of single people out there, and this podcast is a little more for you. Maybe I should have gotten up front with this. If you're in a relationship, that's great. That's wonderful. I think this is more for the single people. It's for all the single folk. And also, full disclosure, I am by no means looking to get back into another relationship right now or anything like that. It's nothing like that. But, hey, figured Valentine's Day just going by, and why not talk about some relationships type stuff for single people? And I think it would really help. Just be straight up. Just be honest. Put all your cards out there. See what you guys think. Save yourself the time of going through months to years worth of trying to figure out if this is going to work when you could have just simply asked a question right up front. Don't wait 3 years into your relationship to start talking about kids, okay? I have discussed that already. Just be like, look, I want kids, and I know within the next few years I'd like to have them. I'd like to be married. I don't want to get married. I don't this, that, and the other. Talk that stuff out in the beginning. Make sure you're compatible before you go around wasting time with each other. That's not to say that if you guys just go, okay, I don't think this would work as a relationship, but you know what? There's some sexual tension here. We could hook up. By all means, have fun. I'm not saying that. Be safe about it. Have fun. Be safe. Okay? But just figure your stuff out earlier on. The earlier on that that you guys are going to match up, it makes it a little easier to get through stuff. It's like when you have those petty little fights, you go, yeah, but you know what? But this person wants all the same things that I do in the end, so maybe rather than let this stupid little thing get in the way and screw this relationship up, maybe it should just, we can work through that. That's really petty. It's okay. We can work through it. I'm just saying, make an attempt to really, truly get to know someone. Yeah, okay, all the dumb, basic questions of, what do you do for a living? Blah, blah, blah. No, find out if that person has the same kinds of ambitions as you. It doesn't have to be the same thing. But just make sure that if you're a really ambitious person, you can't be with someone who is just kind of okay with getting by. And okay with getting by is fine as well. I'm not trying to put anybody down or anything like that. I'm just saying find someone that is on your level. Like, not just physically. I'm not talking physically. I'm talking like on a personality level. Find someone that doesn't always agree with everything you say. Obviously, it's going to get really boring really quick, and that's not good either. Find someone who challenges you, but you challenge them as well. You got to have that give and take. And if you're not going to take, or if you're not going to give, then you sure as hell don't get to take. So don't be that douche either. But man, Valentine's Day. What did you guys do? All the single people out there, what did you guys do on Valentine's Day? Did you guys just kind of hang out? That's what I did. I chilled. No, well, it was Thursday. I was at work, actually. I spent most of the day at work. Then I came home and watched a couple movies, chilled out, put on some Netflix. Yeah. I did not take advantage of myself. I didn't do that, no. I could have. Oh, I could have. But I didn't. But what did you guys do, man? And what do you think? What do you think? Should you take it really, really slow and just go out on like 100 dates before actually trying to make a decision? Or do you think you should just kind of lay all your cards out on the table up front? People are always talking about they just want someone that'll be honest with them. Okay, well then do that. Be honest. Because what are you going to find out? That you don't like the person as much as you thought? Well, at least you did it and you found out on the first or second date rather than going out 100 times. Yeah, just an opinion, though. Just an opinion. I think I should be able to, and this is, again, just a complete hypothetical. I'm, again, not looking for any kind of a relationship right now. I'm just kind of doing what I got to do. But if I was going to go get back into a relationship, let's say it was some little cheesy thing, meet up, go have dinner or something like that, right? Over the course of that dinner, that's a twofer. I think by the end of that dinner, we should be able to look at each other and go, okay, we're on the same page as far as where we want to go, where we're, regardless of where we're at now, where we want to go, and do we really feel like the other has the drive and ambition to get there? I think that should be pretty clear by the end of the meal. And I think that'll let you know a lot about whether or not you're really compatible with somebody. If you're sitting down and by the end of the meal you go, you know what? This person's got a lot of drive. They made me laugh. It's not really that difficult, I don't think. I mean, granted, I'm an idiot and I've been out of that game for, holy shit, like a decade? Yeah, oh man, almost a decade, like past 8-9 years. I've pretty much been in a relationship for 8 to 9 years with 2 girls. Calm the fuck down. Don't think I just jump. I don't do that. No, I'm not 16 anymore. But yeah, I did when I was younger. Absolutely. Calm down. I wasn't hooking up with a bunch of people. Till later. But anyway, that's a totally different story. Maybe I'll do that as a podcast. The band days, man. Being in a band. That shit was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But yeah, maybe that'll be a whole nother episode. We'll just talk about all the stuff from back in the band days. And maybe for anybody watching on YouTube and everything, I'll put something together where I'll throw in some little photos and whatnot from back in the days of performing shows. And oh man, some of those are so bad. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. But yeah, I really think that by the end of the meal, man, I think people should have been able to be honest with each other enough to know whether or not they could actually see themselves getting to know this person better and everything like that. And I know a lot of you guys are out there going, well, that's what people do. Yeah, but you do it under the premise of wanting people to like you rather than wanting to find out, I think. It's when you first meet someone, of course, I think that first date is all about making sure that you do and say the right things to get the second date. So that then you can kind of sit down and have that information exchange a little bit better when just just do it. Just handle it. Get it out of the way. And then you guys can talk about all the other fun things that you want to do. Just get the hard shit out of the way first. Hey, all right, what do you do right now? Is that what you want to keep doing? Are you trying to do X, Y, and Z, or what's your deal? What's your future look like for you? And go there. And then hey, hush. Hush. Lay down. Lay down, Raven. Sorry, the puppy's getting fussy. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. She's a good girl. She really is. But she runs a little rambunctious when I'm trying to do the podcast, and so she keeps jumping all up and knocking stuff around. It's a bit aggravating. But, man, just get it out of the way. Just get it out of the way. What's the big deal? Like, if I go out on a date or something like that, I have to bring out the information that I've got kids. That's not something you spring on someone like 4 or 5 dates in. That's something you have to kind of mention up front. So if you can be upfront about that, why can't you just be upfront about everything, and then go, hey, look, you're going to find out eventually anyway. Wouldn't you kind of rather have information like that up front? Like, again, you're going to ask me what I do for a living. How is that really relevant to what's going on right now? Well, it's not. You're asking for future reference. That's what you're really asking about that for. You want to know, is everything good with you now? Because if it's not good with you now, do I know it's going to be better in the future? What's going on here? But yeah, just get that information out, man. Just get it out there. And then see how you guys line up. Do your goals meet with their goals? Do your wants mesh with their wants? And things of that nature. Are you more of a minimalist and they're freaking like a materialist? Like, do you guys mesh? But also at the same time, do you guys balance each other out a little bit? Like, again, with, you want 4 kids? Well, I only want 2 kids. Well, let's meet in the middle. Let's have 3. And can you do that with other things? Obviously, not just kids, and go over things that are reasonable. If a girl is sitting there and she is trying to tell me she wants to go do X, Y, and Z, but has no motivation, like, you could just sit there and go, okay, yeah, you'd like to do that, but are you really going to put forth the effort to get to that point? Probably not. So that's, again, you got to pay attention to that kind of stuff and really pay attention. See, that's something that's hard to do when you're face to face with somebody. It's much easier to do when you're looking at a screen and it's over in 2.5 minutes. But when you got to really sit down and have a conversation and pay attention to somebody's body language along with what they're saying and really try to get a good idea of who they are. It forces people to actually pay attention and listen to what the other person is saying, which I think is something that needs to be done more often. And it needs to be done more often face to face, because when you're online, you can do and say anything you want and or block people. You don't ever have to actually face what they're, saying to you, or you don't have to really, even if you don't like what they're saying, but what they're saying is right, you just go block and it's all done. It's game over. You don't have to fucking respond. And for someone like me, it's like, all right, well, you don't agree with what I'm saying. Well, tell me why you don't agree with what I'm saying. Like, let's have a discussion about it. So if you don't like what I say and you just run away, it's like, well, why? Because you didn't have anything to say, actually? So you just bailed? Well, all right, see ya. No sweat off my back. I don't know why people blocking. I've only been blocked like maybe 3 or 4 times. And I'm not bragging or anything. It's just, I also don't add a bunch of people onto my social media because I'm like, I'm probably never going to talk to you people. So why would I even bother? Like, it's not the same as if you guys like email me and say something directly to me. Yeah, I'll definitely read it and I'll bring it up and I'll give my response. And so, but again, it's like I have to sit there and I really have to read it, and I can't just turn it around and start cutting you off, and because I'd be a total hypocrite and I don't want to do that. So if you guys send me an email, I'm going to read it and I'll give you my response. And then you guys can respond. We can go back and forth with that. Maybe we can set something up and we can do like a Skype thing or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But my point being is having to actually be confronted with information and having to deal with it right then and there is something that so many people aren't good at. And I think that's why Facebook used to mimic life, like not Facebook specifically, just social media in general used to mimic life. Now people are trying to make their life mimic social media. So when it comes to, face to face interactions and things, people kind of just, they don't know what to do. It's like they can't deal with someone telling them no to their face. And they're just like, wait, what? Error. They spaz out. They don't know what's going on. So I think people really need to sit down and have honest conversations with each other and be able to sit down and do that. It takes practice, which means that people are going to have to get up and go do it. And again, beginning of relationships are great places to start with learning about each other. Obviously, it's what the beginning is for. So why not really learn about each other rather than finding out important information? And that's what I'm talking about. Like the little questions and stuff. Yeah, sure. I'm talking about the important stuff. What are your goals in life? What do you want to achieve? How long do you think it'll be before you want to achieve it? What are some things you want to try and achieve in the next 5 years, 10 years, whatever? I think that's important. Or maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. What do you guys think? Am I just getting old at this point? I posted something earlier about this and got some good feedback from it. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and talk about this tonight. But man, maybe I am. Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. We'll see. What do you guys? I want to know what you guys think about all this. As always, I'm going to leave all the links in the descriptions below and everything. So, but again, if you're hearing this and you just want to get it out there and go ahead and send it in before you forget it, because I know I do that all the time. If I don't pause a video and I'll have to write something down if I want to comment on it, because by the time I get to the end of the video or the podcast or whatever, I completely forget what I wanted to say because I've replaced it with 5 other things. So if you want to take a minute, I'll wait just a second. Let me get a sip of my drink. And Insomnia Talx at gmail.com. That's Talx with an X, not with a K. Insomnia Talx at gmail.com. Go ahead. Write that down. Write down whatever you want to say. Start emailing me now if you're pissed off and think I'm an asshole or whatever the case may be. Go ahead. I'm going to take a sip of my green apple Rockstar because it's delicious. Yummy. It tastes like liquid Granny Smith green apples. Oh, so bad though. So bad. You got it? Okay. Now, onward. Man, I hadn't even been 20 minutes yet, and I kind of blew through that a little quick. Maybe I should have slowed that bit a bit down. That's not all, folks. Not all. We got this for another fucking 12 minutes. Look at that. I made it almost 20 minutes into a podcast without saying fuck. I think I'm doing better. And honestly, there was no effort put into that. I just didn't say fuck for 20 minutes on a podcast. Because I'm trying to stay positive, people. All right, I'll break down a little bit of what happened, okay? I'm single. Let's just go ahead and get that out there, because obviously I think you figured that out by now. But this is recent, just in the past few days and everything. So it was, 2 days before Valentine's Day? Which, Valentine's Day I didn't care about, but it was our anniversary, our 3-year anniversary. So that made it weird. I didn't give a damn about Valentine's Day, but oh damn, excuse me. It wasn't Valentine's Day that was the thing, but it all just kind of blew up in my face, and I had made one last ditch effort to try and see if things could be fixed. And well, I'm single, so obviously it didn't work out, man. It kind of sucks. No, not kind of. It sucks. I don't like it at all, but I think in the end it's probably for the best, and where it was, looking back, it just looks like that's where it was going to be headed anyway, because certain things weren't being done, and uh, compromises weren't being made. So it was just falling apart. It really was. But the obvious downside being baby girl, she's I don't want her to ever feel like she's caught in the middle of anything because none of it's her fault. It's just clearly not, and she didn't have anything to do with it. So hell, she's two. She could have absolutely nothing to do with it. That would be insane. And so that's the roughest part for me, honestly. Uh, just because there were some issues, but again, I don't want to get like in detail or anything with that because yeah, that's something just not no. I'm not doing it because you know what? I'm trying to really not stay positive, but actually be positive about things and really trying to find the good in everything because I'm not like spiritual or religious. You guys know that by any means, but I do think there is a certain kind of balance to life. So like they're just a natural balance to life. Hence why you have predators and prey. Hence, you have people that seem to be naturally inclined to be protective and certain people that seem to be naturally inclined to want to hurt people. There's just seems to be a kind of balance to life. And so with all the messed up shit that's going on, I'm just trying to be positive and try and find some good in it. And one of the good things is our boss finally jumped our hours back up to 40 a week. So, yay. All right. So, now that I'm going to have less time with my girls, I'm going to have more hours at work. So, I'm going to be able to make more money so that when I, do have baby girl over and everything, it's just easier and more fun and we can go do more things and so that really helps. That's me trying to look on the bright side of things. So, that I think that's just at this point what everybody just kind of needs to try to do more. And I know it's really, really hard to do sometimes, but it just, you gotta fight. You gotta fight for it, man. You gotta fight for it. If you're not willing to fight for it, then you don't want it that bad anyway. That's kind of getting redundant in my head, but dude, I'm telling you, I can't get off these green apple rock stars. They're delicious. I've only had 3 in like 4 days. It's not really that bad, I don't think. I just haven't had them in a long time. But anyway, yeah, I think it sucks. Life sucks sometimes, man. It really does. But just remember, good is coming, but only if you're out there looking for it. You got to look for it. It's really easy to always see. Okay, there's a great old saying, those who go looking for blood will always find it. That doesn't mean that it's going to be somebody else's blood if you're the one looking. You might find your blood too, okay? So whatever you're looking for is what you're going to notice more. It's like, you ever thought about, oh, I really would love to have this car, and then all of a sudden you start seeing that car everywhere? That car's always been there. You just didn't notice it as much before, okay? So if you're constantly looking to get offended, if you're constantly looking for racism, if you're constantly looking for bad shit, then that's what you're going to find. It's inevitable because you're ignoring all the other stuff in order to find what you want. So, hey, try this for a change. Look at all the good shit that's going on. Try to actively seek out good things that are going on in your life, around your life, to other people, everything like that. See if that doesn't change your perspective on some shit every once in a while, okay? See if that thing doesn't help you pull through the hard shit. I'm not saying things aren't going to happen and no one can be completely optimistic, and I'm not optimistic. I'm realistic, but I'm realistic enough to know that there's good shit to bad shit too. There's a decent ratio there. For everyone's ratio is a little different. Some people they feel like there's a little more good things in their life, and then some people feel like there's a little more bad shit in their life. But that's a personal ratio, and not to be attributed to everyone and anyone outside of them. People got to realize it's you, okay? If you're always looking for negative shit, you're always going to find negative shit, and that's nobody's fault but your own, okay? Yeah, there's negative stuff out there, but there's also positive stuff out there. Chill out, Raven. Lay down, girl. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. But just try to look for some positive stuff, man. Even when bad shit happens. I heard a little speech recently, and I wish I could remember who said it, so I'm not going to try and quote the whole thing. But basically, and if you guys know, send me an email or comment on YouTube. Let me know. I heard it on Rogan's podcast a couple weeks ago, but he played a bit of this. It's a Navy SEAL, I know that much. But basically, he just keeps saying, oh, well, you didn't get that promotion at work? Good. That means that you're going to work harder so that you can get it. There's always something to do to go, okay, fine. All right. This didn't work out for me. All right, well, good. Now I know how not to go about it. Now I know I got to go about it a different way. Not just give up. Just don't, I don't know what happened. I guess growing up, I was raised on, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Nowadays, it seems like if at first you don't succeed, it's somebody else's fault, and and other people also need to fix it. Like, what the hell happened, man? What the hell happened? I guess I just grew up differently than a lot of people that are my age right now, and that's okay with me. I mean, and I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm just saying that it's my opinion that you're wrong. I think you should stop being so whiny all the time. That's why I say, look for the positive stuff every once in a while. Stop looking to get pissed off. Stop looking to get offended at every little damn thing. If that's what you want to do, you're going to find a reason for it. You can make an excuse to legitimize anything if you really want to. Doesn't mean it makes sense. So, just because you can make something sound good doesn't make it true. That's all I mean, and I've done this on purpose where I'll go out and I'll tell somebody something that I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, but I'll do it just to see if I can make it sound really good. And then when they go, oh my God, yeah, that makes sense. And I'll look at them and I'll go, I have no idea what I'm talking about. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, see, I have no clue. I might have like one or two little bits of information and then I'll just expand off of that, but and people just, if it sounds good, then people just go with it because people just want to be told things. They don't want to actually have to find out this information on their own. And that used to not be the case. We used to call people on their bullshit and we used to be happy to do it. Nowadays, we're just happy to have that given to us so we don't have to do anything on our own. I think that's crazy. I think it's crazy. Information is key, people, but you got to be the one to get it. You can't just, don't take my word for it. Don't listen to me. Go do research. Look at multiple different sources too, ones that agree and ones that disagree. And then come to your own conclusion in the middle somewhere. And that's usually where the most truth lies anyway, is somewhere in the middle. Go there and look. But anyway, I missed you guys. I did. And want to say thanks to Anchor as always. And most importantly, I want to say thank you to all the listeners, everybody who checks out the podcast, everybody who comes to the YouTube page. You guys have been awesome. And I really hope that if you're only listening on the podcast, that you go check out YouTube and vice versa. If you're only listening or watching on YouTube, please go check out any one of the 10 different platforms that Anchor included gets me out on, man. I mean, like most everybody has either iTunes or Spotify. Guys, Anchor's awesome at getting people out there. So again, if you want to start your own podcast, I recommend it. No, I'm not sponsored by Anchor. I'm not making any money from any sponsors at this point. Again, it's all just my opinion. Calm down, people. But all that being said, again, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for coming back. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for everything. The podcast has been climbing, and it's all due to you guys, and it's been making some pretty big jumps here in the past month. So, and that's all you guys, man. So once again, I'm also sorry for it taking a little more than a week now for me to get another episode out and get any content out there. But again, it was a rough week, and I hope you guys understand that. But you guys get in touch with me. What do you guys think about tonight? What do you think about the whole idea behind just getting that information out there right from the start? Yeah, let me know. What do you guys think? insomniatalks@gmail.com, and that will be posted in the description box, as well as all the other, social media links and all that fun stuff. Oh yeah, on Twitter still. I keep forgetting because I'm barely using it at all. But come follow me over on Twitter at Insomnia Talx. Bam. I just keep it simple for you guys. Keep it simple. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I will catch you guys on the next one.